Welcome back to Workers and Resources. It's been a week again, close to, probably. We're going to see if we can push west. And by west I mean east, towards the western border, which is in the east. But it is still the west, and we need to push towards it, so we can sell our vehicles there and buy better licenses. We need to be ready to build the Mars 305 bus when it comes. That will be a staple for our road infrastructure, that's for sure. In the meantime, we're going to improve the loyalty of our citizens, raise the amount of population we have, make sure that the amount of educated workers always stays nice and high, and we shall push more and more people into the vehicle production factory, increasing productivity and making us more money. We still have to pay back some loans. We also have to build the mechanical parts factory, which we can use our prisoners for, which seems to be increasing as time goes on. And yeah, they need to be put to work voluntarily. And that hopefully will get their mind off of having their loyalty reduced right now, because all the people that are being wardens right now have rather low loyalty, less than 50%, which I guess affects the loyalty of prisoners. But once the TV station is up, we're not gonna go for a radio station, we have a TV station scheduled. That should help. As long as we provide enough electronics for our citizens to upgrade into towards TVs, that should be nice. In the meantime, road construction is continuing towards the first tunnel, and after that tunnel is complete, we got a lot more road to build, and probably also some gas stations, with maybe a fire station. As I said, next to the lake over here, a fire station covering maybe a gas station here and here should be sufficient to get the whole route covered, I imagine. But we'll see that once we get to it. We also have to segregate our population into high loyalty and future high loyalty people. And for that we will need the TV station, because high loyalty will be anyone over 50%. And we don't have that yet. Alright, what's it looking like in the TV station? Not enough resources. But we are now past the groundwork phase, so resources can be brought here with our open hull trucks, which will consume a lot of money, and also block the customs house again with a lot of traffic. But then construction of the building can start, and it will slowly progress continuously. It'll go slowly at first, and if we ever run full on materials, but if it still hasn't finished, we can, for example, increase the amount of workers walking to that construction site. The workers construction office is also assigned to it, which is maybe a bit unfortunate, because I don't want it to drive a ton of people there all the time. So I will disable automatic search and do that manually for now. 2 more years until we get the tunnel boring machine, which will improve rail construction speeds, hopefully. I think the rail will get to the border first before the road. But I don't know. Rail tunnels are built quicker, but roads are probably faster than rail the further out you get. I don't know. I guess the rail doesn't really need the whole gas station, etc. thing. I don't know if there's an overview. of how long the gas station distance is, but I guess we'll find out once we run out of range of one. Yeah. I saw in the community update news for the game that they are adding prioritized switches for electricity for the game, which will make it so you can prioritize electricity draw and electricity delivery. So you could have a switch right here with multiple connections, not just 3. And one of them is being supplied by the border, one of them is supplied by a coal power plant, and one of them is supplied by a wind farm. And then the wind farm would have the highest priority, with coal being second and maybe import being third, and then that one would run to your main line. And if the renewable energies had not enough priority to supply your nation, the coal plant would kick in, and even if that one was not working, or if there were like some disruptions to the network in general, then the border post would kick in. But in the same vein, you could also customize exports that way. So you prioritize the route to your residential area first, and your industrial area, and then the export area. So you could set exports to maximum, but prioritize it with the switches to make sure that your residential and industrial areas always have enough power before it gets exported. Which should have already worked, but I think allowing the player to set that up themselves is probably better. Why does this look weird? Oh, because it's elevated. That, I guess, makes a little bit of sense. Sure, we'll make a footpath here. That sounds lovely. Yeah, more workers, just more people living in the city, please. We did hire 100 new migrants. They are up to speed, they got education now, their health has been taken care of. Seems to all be going well. Resource deliveries are quite nice and quick. Don't have all the tower cranes yet, but we can probably increase the amount of workers going to this construction site. Let's use 15. Still not using the buses. Isn't really necessary. We'll need the bus for these constructions, which they're already assigned to. This one hasn't done the groundwork yet, so we don't need that one. The other construction offices aren't assigned to it though, so let's do that. And I also saw that the hull trucks were not added to here, so we need the hull trucks in this assignment tool. Money's going down because we're importing a lot of resources now. This road is close to being done. The tunnel is a tunnel. Still a long time to build that thing. Not going to send any more workers. We are going to wait for the boring machine. At which point I might increase the amount of workers in construction office. 20 was a pretty fast speed, but the further away we get from the construction office, the longer the train has to travel, and the more wasteful it gets with like the workers being in the customs house. The construction office for the trains, not the customs house. Other than that, our singular train is taking care of exports very nicely. We're not producing fast enough yet to put a dent into the carrying capacity of that train. Maybe I should switch these again. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. Sell for 3,200 now, so price went up a little bit. The train does feel faster with the other vehicles, but selling personal vehicles feels kind of nice. Yeah, we have to watch out our money a little bit. I don't want to take another loan. I don't mind taking more loans. If we weren't building anything, we would be positive. I mean, it would be really bad if we weren't building anything and we would lose money. But that is something that you have to fight against in this game. Otherwise, looking pretty good. Let's assign some workers here. Any complaints? Anything? No? Just loyalties? Just spirituality. Other than that, they're all super happy, it looks like. And the people over here also, though they have decreased to 5 people, so probably decided to move over into the other housing block. I think I'll start setting these to only accept people, only very loyal people, which we don't have yet. But it means that those houses should slowly start to empty out into this area. And then we'll have to keep going with more... Well, first they will fill up the other houses which aren't full yet. I guess I should also turn these off, because they are not completely full yet. Otherwise, those people will just move into these empty houses. Or not empty, but half-empty houses. When they should move in here, leaving room for those people that increase in loyalty to levels which we deem acceptable. Construction speed is pretty good. Resource delivery has a nice pace. Concrete is slow. But we do have a bunch of concrete mixers which aren't working right now. Though they are assigned to the mechanisms construction office. Oh, it's in the workers office. Oh, right. Well, I guess we do have to assign that, otherwise we only have a few cement mixers doing that construction, and that's no good. Which I guess means that these buses will pick up workers and bring them to the construction site as well. Not ideal. Oh well. I might move those buses out, because I don't want them to pick up a bunch of workers and just sending them to the construction site for no real benefit for us. So we're gonna drop a free construction office and put the buses in there. We can deliver one group of workers, but that's about it. Okay. So we have a construction office for mixers now. We will assign the workers to this one and assign the mixers to this, which makes more sense. And then turn on auto search for this one and turn off auto search for that one. Unassign the construction tasks, but assign a source of workers here. And then just, yeah, you did already do that construction, that is good. That one is still doing groundworks, also draining our money. That is okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Should leave more workers for the vehicle factory, increasing production speed. Alright, I can already plan the fire station here, I guess. I also needed the I need a construction office here, or a road depot, something, to basically allow us to flatten the area so we can go uphill here. And then the rest... Is this going to be a tunnel? Probably. The rest should be fine, but going uphill here is necessary. It is necessary for us to flatten this area, and I can't really do that without any machinery. So it would start out with a fire station. And 2 helipads maybe? Let's put down a triple. That would require our construction office to flatten the area. So it will be a proper construction office. Only really machinery. The road would come from this one. It's already pretty far uphill. I think we can make that work without flattening. Yeah, there we go. That looks... that's fine. And then we have an access road to deliver fuel, basically. Let me redo that road. Can I redo that road the way I want to? I want it to be this way, and then split off 2 roads to make it look even, but I guess I'm not going to be allowed to do that, so we'll do this. Construction office, fire station, we need a fuel station as well, gas station. Doesn't really need to be a proper one, but why not? Probably have to wait until the construction office is set up so I can flatten this area. For that time we might have to deal with a free one. And the other thing we need is electricity, which a wind turbine will be good enough. Because we only need power for letting the fuel pumps recharge. Also of the gas station. Yeah. We'll build the construction office and get some vehicles in there first, before I plan the other ones. We gotta get there first though, and that's gonna take a while. Building construction. Still lacking... no, not lacking anything. Concrete mixers are keeping up. However, money is being drained really quickly. And we do have a lot of vehicles waiting at the customs house. So the other thing we need is a resource storage solution inside our nation, so our vehicles don't have to drive that far to the customs house and then wait ages there. So I was thinking, for that we would have a train station. Does it need to be... it should be here, yeah. I was thinking of letting it drive here and then back out. Yeah, I think that's better. Otherwise we need 2 train tracks to supply both directions, and I don't think that makes much sense. So I'll put it in like that. It should be able to cross here. It can, but it does complain. Okay, it does not like that. Too close. Okay, that works. We'll start drawing from here then. How do we do this? Let's see. From here. And then from here. I don't think the resource trains will be particularly long. I'm thinking of even making this one lane. Doesn't really need to be double lane. Okay, right here. It does not like that, so I guess we can't do that. Guess we'll have to double lane cross across the road. Oops, I was not on the train track. There we go. We'll do that then. It's fine. I just don't want the main line to be double tracked, I guess. And over here we will have the basic construction storages. Construction resources, so open hull storages for steel, bricks, prefab panels and boards pretty much. Though boards I could just make myself, I guess, easily enough, and maybe I'll do that. So we have, I don't know if I have these storages hooked up. Like if I have 3 storages hooked up to this, and then the 4th connection I just use a road cargo station. If they can then draw through the intermediary building into the road cargo station. I would like to know that, and I guess we're going to find out. So, the road. Guess we'll have to redo the other storage. And boards we'll do ourselves. I guess I can turn this one around then. Yeah, I think boards we can just make ourselves. That should not be a problem. So this one would store steel, prefab panels and bricks. And the road cargo station should make it accessible to the construction offices without having to assign 3 different steps. And also if I want to draw resources for, I don't know, construction projects or like the vehicle factory requiring steel, I should be able to use the road cargo station, which has more loading spots. Do I want to have this connected in a T-junction or a corner junction? I think a corner junction would be neat. Something like that. allowing us to have some more stuff going up that road eventually. And then the other storages, I guess there will also be tarmac, just for the reason that firefighting might be a thing, and good access is probably useful. Good access means not building the road along this route, because that one could get blocked with a parked train. So we will not do that. Will do. Probably not start that right now because we're very short on money. And we still have to deliver a bunch of steel into the television station. And more resources into the mechanical component factory. Well, we should be exporting another train full of vehicles soon, giving us 20,000? 50,000. So it is not cold yet. We could deal with some power outage, but not really, because the vehicle factory would then not run. We are continuously importing resources. Let me get a loan. I don't want to, but the construction projects we have right now requires us to do so. And that's the first loan we took, which had an increase in our interest rate. It should still be fine. The resource deliveries to the radio station should end soon. TV station should end soon. We have 100 tons more steel, some electronic components, but the rest is okay. Anything else I'm missing here? I mean, this could basically be used for multiple storage solutions. Right now I'm only planning for construction materials. But if I planned this a little bit differently, I could have trains switching off into different storage yards, though I don't think this town needs that very much. Especially since we already have food, clothing and electronics hooked up into its own storage. I mean, we can always retrofit that eventually at some point. Since we're not really planning on exporting any resource and just either importing it or making it ourselves, we should all be fine. And speaking of making resources ourselves, we do have to make wood, I guess. Which is just a sawmill and a lumber camp. Could be in walking distance of any other facility, really. It could basically be here. I wish I didn't have to continuously replant trees though, but that is not... If I just use it for construction purposes, that's going to be a negligible issue. Yeah, I don't see a reason to automate wood right now. We're going to take care of loyalty first, and then maybe make sure that we can store some resources locally, and then automate wood. Or do these buildings need a lot of wood? No. Some wood for the scaffolding around, but not in the construction itself. That's fine. One person has moved in. That is good. These ones should not increase in population anymore, because, well, they will not have the loyalty for that one, so they should all try and move into this area. We should not have any 21-year-olds without their own flat, because we still have room in our city. Still more people in the kindergarten here. Interesting. I mean, it is only 5 people, so... That is not surprising that much. Do I have water hooked up everywhere? Let's see. There's water flow. There's water flow. A lot of water. And then we have water here and water here. So I think everything is running water. Well, everything has a water substation, and in other terms also a sewage station, making sure that we don't deliver water and pick up sewage individually per building. That is pretty bad. So it looks okay. Did we start tunnel construction? Yes. Yes, the construction officers are assigned. That one requires a lot of manpower. And construction materials except concrete are already assigned, so this is something that the construction office buses can actually do. It will reduce the amount of vehicles we produce, but I think we're still gonna be fine. Hopefully it doesn't drop too much. It will take a dip once our TV station finishes, and a lot of the people actually working the vehicle factory just go to the TV station. It's gonna be slightly annoying. But there's more room for upscale citizen buildings, so expanding our residential area shouldn't be a problem. We still have to get these housing blocks built as well. A few students waiting to get a university education. We do have 61%, but I mean, there's no reason not to get a university education, I don't think. Except maybe they become more likely to want electronics, and then more annoyed if something doesn't go right in the nation. Average life expectancy is back to 83 because all of the new migrants from third world countries got a good education and public health care treatment, so everyone should be fine. And pollution still isn't an issue, which is really surprising. So, a bunch more concrete, one delivery of bricks and steel each. And that's the first construction phase, which is the first after groundworks, which seems to be the longest one. And then a ton more steel, which is going to be expensive. And after that we should be good. Electronic components are not that much. And we will have to get our construction materials into town. Maybe even a concrete plant. But I think if we just get the open and covered hull, the open hull trucks out of here, the other trucks will be fine picking things up from the border. Plus we can use the storages to manage our imports based on market fluctuations. So if iron or coal becomes cheap, so the price of steel should adjust a little bit too, and then we can import. We are, however, not allowed to export it if it becomes expensive. I'm just setting that for myself, for my own reasoning. Okay, concrete mixers helping over here. Yeah, I think that should work fine. We have 2 parking spaces here. I made this a little bit longer here, so if a train has to wait in this area, it doesn't block road traffic. Hopefully. Should all be good. I don't think I will have very long trains in this run. But longer trains make sense if you have like a single rail line, I guess. But I'm not designing the stations to get longer trains. This one is actually fairly long. This one shouldn't have an issue. With like 155 meters, I think. Yeah, that's 200 meters, that's no problem. But the storage solution here, that is a little bit dubious. But then again, it's not even signal, so the train going here can be however long I want it to be. And the other... well, this is also scheduled for long trains. Why did I not take long trains? This one also accepts long trains, but this one is a custom train anyway. I don't know, why did I make the train length 80 meters? I don't remember. Was it because of this? Because it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think the train length can be a maximum. 155 meters should be fine. Minimum wagon size 2, because we only have 2 wagons right now. So that is okay. Okay. One more delivery of concrete. Do I want to increase the amount of workers? Yes, I do. But not to full amount. Let's allow 100 people, which is 300. And there's 145 waiting, so 100 people walking there should be okay. We still get some going to the bus stop, but most of them will go into the construction site right now, speeding up construction efforts tremendously. And once the next phase starts, we'll drop this down again. It's only 1,500. Well, 2,000-ish days after that. Any escapes? Anyone cranky this year? Just a general amount of unhappiness now. People being annoyed. Probably loyalty reasons. But the amount of births we have compared to deaths and escapes together is still... our population is still growing, so that's fine. Speeding up the construction also means we use resources more quickly and our money will go down, but I think we can manage that. Still costing, let's say 500. So 50,000 for steel alone should be okay. Another attraction might be useful, or just allowing more people in here. I still don't exactly know if this deals with spirituality. I think it can. But we still have passengers waiting here. Praying, 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 praying. And some students. Which are basically... those ones are people that the loyalty is too low, so they can't get a university education, and they're hoping to go somewhere else. But that's not possible, sorry. I shouldn't really care about students' requirements for loyalty. But why not get the most loyal people educated first? Alright, let's drop this back down to 15. And start the probably last phase of construction. Maybe there's 2 more. Probably the tower and then the electronics themselves. I don't know. Yeah, there's 2 more. That is fine. There's not a lot of wardens in here, which might be the reason why we have some escapes occasionally. But they only fill the fire... okay, the fire station is... that's a lot of people. Let's drop that down. We have to be cautious. If I run it like that, I have to realize when there's a fire, pause it, increase that manually. But yeah, basically a volunteer firefighter force that we have a few active duty ones and then a bunch of volunteers that arrive when there's actually a fire. Not a bunch of people sitting around not doing anything. Enough people to suppress the fire and wait for the majority of other workers to arrive. Okay, this one has all the resources it needs, so we can finish the mechanical components factory as well. I hope the road cargo station thing on the rail station with the attached storages works. It probably does, but I don't know. It might not draw the resources through that building. If it doesn't, we have to get rid of that, and we can put a storage here for like boards and then make a sawmill somewhere. That is maybe a bad idea. Let's unassign the workers because there's no tower cranes here. They are all still in here, waiting for... Oh, not that much actually. Well, mostly steel. But we have to finish that one before we really push for this one, otherwise they're just going to bumble around trying to build a large building without any cranes. I don't have room for more cranes. I could get rid of the bulldozers, I guess. I don't know. I like them. I don't mind them. Road construction office not doing anything right now. First step of the tunnel almost done. After that, they'll actually start tunneling. And once the tunneling is done, they have to lay down the road, and then after that, they have to make the exit. So that's gonna take a long time. And a bunch of resources. Mostly concrete. Yeah, we'll wait until one construction project is done, so we have access to all the tower cranes, otherwise it's gonna be a slog. We'll send the workers to the TV station. That way at least they go to the bus stop first, and potentially to the prison as wardens. Warders? Is that a spelling mistake? Interesting, I never noticed that one. Is it? Yeah. Oh well. A little bit more steel, some bricks. And after that I guess they put in the antenna after, with 2 tons of steel and some electronics. The construction of the building will go really quickly now. We might just waste the time of a few workers. But that's not that big of a deal, I guess. Except we might run out of money and have to take another loan. Man, if this were running full speed with a fully occupied factory, that would go so quick. I guess if a person is born in the residential block, they can move into a free flat. It just doesn't allow external migration into the building, so... Guess those will fill up first though. Unless I relocate them manually. But that decreases happiness, so not right now. We don't have any open criminal cases. The police station is working fine. We just have to put those workers, those involuntary workers, to good use. Last step, delivery of steel, electronic components, a little bit of construction, and we are done. Yes, thank you for all those workers. And more workers incoming. Jesus Christ. Alright. The worker buses can just be going elsewhere, thank you. Do they still need tower cranes for this? Yes, they do. Are they bringing stuff here? Yes. Good. Steel and electronics. Electronic components. That should slow down our money consumption quite a bit. A few more components, which are on their way. Then the people just have to finish it, and we have a TV station, which will draw a lot, and I mean a lot of workers. And the tower cranes will be free, so we can start bringing workers to that construction site now. Because the tower cranes will free up very soon. Loyalty requirement 35, that one will increase over time. I don't know about the TV program. I think it's mostly going to be propaganda to get the loyalty up at the start, because I don't want it to decrease from here. So we are going to make sure that loyalty is actually going up at the start, at the cost of a little bit of cultural enjoyment. And yeah, this is going to draw a lot of workers to run at full capacity. But hopefully it'll be worth it. I mean, this is like almost 200 people, so 600 workers per day, minus 30, 570-ish. Alright, tower cranes are here. Soon we'll have our workplace for our prisoners. I didn't really plan a storage to maybe store a few extra mechanical components, but there's probably a way to get that set up in here. Not gonna connect it right now because of fear of money, I just want to see if it works. Yep. Well, I said yeah, but it will work. It'll require a little bit of fiddling, I guess. That should be enough distance. Actually, no. Alright, great. There we go. Then this is a factory connection. And over here we still have the plan for an aggregate storage for coal. Just a small one should be sufficient. And thanks to the new conveyor belts, it should also be fine to build it here and cross the road then. I think. And I want that kinda because the conveyor belt will push all of the resources into this building, otherwise that one wouldn't really run full. So we'll get a conveyor engine transfer. We don't really need a merging one, doesn't really matter. We don't need the elevated one, but I like the aesthetics of that one. It doesn't need to go down, just can stay at that elevation. No blueprint for that one for some reason. We'll pause construction on these ones because they would get constructed right away. And I don't want to waste the money right now. Well, waste is maybe a strong word, but I don't want to use money to build anything else right now. Heating production, because apparently we're delivering workers not properly. I don't like this corner. That looks better. Much nicer. Yeah, that'll allow us to store some extra coal. I like it. Alright, loyalty 37, already going up. Amount of workers, very low. Amount of sewage, very high. So the sewage truck. Oh, sewage is high everywhere. Why are you... I guess the sewage trucks in general are overloaded. That is maybe a thing that also will cause people to just leave, running full on sewage. Which happens really, really quickly. Why is it happening that quickly now? Both water trucks are waiting. Those are out of range. Those should be in range. Ah, they're green. No, they're in range. It's just not highlighting the pedestrian footpaths. That's fine. Right. Let's hope that 2 sewage trucks can manage that. Sewage deliveries are assigned. I guess when the customs house is overworked, those deliveries also suffer. That is not good. Yeah, sewage could probably be its own dump. Well, hopefully they will manage our health issues. That would be nice. Pollution is slowly decreasing. So water and sewage are severely affected if our customs house runs full. I could have a water tower to draw water from, but there's not really a large sewage storage building. Just a discharge. We could have a discharge here. The main issue is just building the sewage piping through this mountain. Alternatively, I have the sewage discharge here and the unloading station up here, and it just runs down the mountain. which makes probably the most sense. So we will have our sewage delivered into this area. And we just have a unloading station for sewage. And road-wise, we might have to snake down the side of this, but it shouldn't be too bad. Does this need electricity? Yes. I guess we'll have to make a substation up there. Can't just use gravity. Medium sewage pipe. Really a small one would be sufficient because we're just getting truck deliveries up here. And I should probably make sure that that one is actually fully underground. Otherwise, if I ever want to build a road going that way, I'm going to be very annoyed at myself. So let's see. Do I want to make a sewage switch as well? I don't think so. I'm going to go underground here. And there we go. That should be deep enough underground to not interfere with road placements, I hope. Or like some gentle terrain work. It'll prevent like residential buildings be built in this area and any large structures, but that's not the priority right now. And now we just gotta get downhill here, which appears to not be a tremendous task, so we should be fine. Let's see. This can all be footpaths. Fire station. Should be okay. Too steep of an ascent. So I guess I'm gonna hook it up into this area then. Wait, where are you going? Sewage tank, right? Yeah, should be sewage. Alright. Too steep. We'll make that work. It's gonna happen. And then probably upgrade this road to tarmac. Let's get all road construction started. Not other buildings though. These ones up here are technically started, so they could build those. This factory connection, let's cancel that one. These ones are paused. Yeah, sewage unloading might be okay to have that. Get rid of that expense. We're not really gonna automate sewage deliveries into this area because it's across a hill. But a truck should be able to handle that. Eventually we might have to do it. I hope not. That's a lot of workers. 40% loyalty, which is good. We'll keep government loyalty for students at 35. It should be okay. But our professors will slowly be increased with whatever we can supply. As well as wardens, which currently we have none, so everyone is escaping because the TV station is too full of workers. Combined with, well, the bus is picking up people. Meaning everyone's escaping. I don't mind that too much, because the labor facility, the mechanical component factory is not in place yet, but for the future it's probably best to not have that happen. Otherwise the infrastructure is a little bit wasted. How's the sewage situation? That one is okay, that one is fine. I mean, there's no one working here right now, so most of the sewage is... They're spewing most of the sewage into this tank right next to the TV station, for some reason. Yeah, reduced workforce in here for now. Let's use 50%. Way overkill for such a low population, I imagine. But a TV station is serious business, and we do need that loyalty. Our money is suffering for it though. Do we have some wardens again? Yes. A lot. This is just tunneling, just workforce. And this is kind of both. Resources and workers. The rail construction vehicle could do the other rail. Doesn't need to do the tunnel right now. But I also don't want it to use steel, so I'll wait. It looks like our worker construction office is prioritizing the tunnel construction, whereas that one is the lowest one. So get all the workers out of here and go somewhere else. I mean, the concrete mixers are not assigned to that one. No, they are. Concrete mixers are going to put a lot of strain on the customs house. I might need to have to tell them how these intersections are supposed to work. Like that. Yeah, it's a four-way junction. Well, is it a four-way or a six-way junction? Should be. I guess it's a four-way junction with 4 lanes going one way. Yep, money's going to become an issue. The TV station will help with loyalty, improving happiness, keeping people around. I guess I should spend some more US currency to get a bunch more migrants. We can do that. And also probably start another residential building soon. Let's turn off all of these loyalty settings. Just for the future, so I don't forget. Why is this still taking so long? Oh, it's going quickly. Should be done within still this year, pretty much. Just waiting on the buses. I might have to reduce the amount of workers in the TV station even further. So 120, half is 60, half of that is 30, so we're using a quarter of the TV station's capacity right now, so loyalty gain is reduced. But we are getting a bunch of loyalty, no negatives right now. Hopefully it's gonna be good enough. And we get a few more workers making vehicles. And also going to the other facilities. Fire station and prison. Because the TV station is in walking distance of these residential buildings, they go to everything else first before they go to a bus stop, it looks like. Some people, like you, are complaining about no job. That might be because I just reduced the amount of workers in the TV station. And you haven't decided yet to walk back to the bus stop because it's cold in winter. Okay, mechanical components factory is almost done. It's basically going to be the source of all mechanical components for the future. We will have to continuously import steel to run it. There's no real plan to set up a steel production line just for this thing. But yeah, no exports planned. And the workers are only going to be prisoners. So you check the heating plant first and then you send them to the mechanical components factory. If there's still room. You don't really need to do line spacing with the prison buses, I don't think. But yeah, other than that, just bring some steel to that factory and it should be fine. It's gonna be expensive. But it will also mean that for any future construction, we won't have to buy any mechanical components, hopefully. While we don't have the warehouse yet, we can just assign the factory directly. Money's almost out again, and it is winter, so we've got to be careful. I think it has to be another loan, right? Yeah, you're not even close to being fully loaded. And we are still building a bunch, so it's for another 200k. We are continuously building things. And population growth is unfortunately not keeping up quite well enough. I also think we should set up a few more residential blocks and probably hire a few more migrants. I know that an orphanage could probably speed up our population growth, but I do not like orphanages anymore. They bother me with their warnings. There are many, many warnings. Okay, got a traffic jam again. Sewage is fine now, right? Yeah, sewage is fine. We ran over capacity, things ran full, and now they're okay again. What are we building right now? The roads to the storage area itself, because it has been paused. Speaking of which, there's a road missing here. Why is there a building in the way? There shouldn't be a building in the way here. I don't know. That'll do. It's looking hideous now, but it's an industrial area, so it's fine. Am I fine with the trains here? If I wanted to have more trains going on, they would split off before this junction into a different train yard, kinda. So I think that should be okay. Could have more storages, I guess. Meat freezer, even though it uses electricity. Yeah. I think it's okay. Steel import is done. We already produced a little bit. So, yeah, if we need mechanical components for anything right now, gotta wait for the prisoners to do their job. No normal workers going to that facility. They're all determined workers going to this one. So production will be slow. And most of them will probably go to the heating plant. Because we don't have that many. So they might get dropped off their first delivery. Travel time, I mean, slightly over an hour during winter, not bad. But yeah, production speed quite slow. But hey, it's a skill for being reintegrated into society. But once they get reintegrated into society, that job is not for them, so it doesn't really help. I will unassign you from this tunnel. In fact, I will probably pause the tunnel, so you can do the other rail line. We're still waiting for the tunnel boring machine, which is now slightly over a year away. If it comes right at the beginning of it. Could be up to 2 years, I guess. Between 1 and 2 years. Average loyalty 42% and holding. We do have people with 45, 50 in here. I will increase the TV station to 45. See if we still have enough people. This should increase the amount of loyalty gain. So it's always a good idea to push that. I think the maximum is about 70. At least from experience, and then you have to probably rely on other things. I read once that I think you have to use personal vehicles if you want to boost it further. Never really felt like I wanted to do that. I don't know if the sewage output can catch fire, but I worry, so we will add a gravel footpath, I guess. Just because it might be administered. It might be traveled a little bit faster than dirt one, especially during winter. Yeah, I want the... I use the control key to switch between where the angle basically is. So for example, I guess that's a bad example. If you draw a corner and you make it not the widest radius but the smallest radius, you can in theory decide where, like if you draw it from one side to the other, do you want this to be cornered on, like if I have another point here, where do you want the corner to be? Do you want it to be mostly here or here? And so the middle bit or on the side bits, and the control key allows you to switch between that. Alternate placement, which is useful. Sometimes it doesn't do the thing you want and pushing control. If the mouse wheel doesn't solve it, pushing control might. Sewage trucks. Having the sewage trucks out of the customs house is going to speed that up as well. But we do have to get there first. That one is waiting on workers because it's too narrow. So let's get the workers there. Rail construction has started to the resource storage area. Half of our population does have a TV, so reach is pretty good. Not a lot of people, but those that do watch it will become very loyal. And we will increase population accordingly to how much population we have. Well, workforce in the TV station. We will increase the workforce in the TV station according to how much population we have. Let's build another residential block. I think these houses might be close to full. This one was already. This one is very close. And then they have to move into these houses. It's kinda unfortunate that it doesn't kick out the low loyalty people. Or at least prevents them from moving in there. Even if they're still in the same housing block. I thought they wouldn't be allowed to. Because all it takes is like a few people living there and then some people becoming unhappy for reasons and then multiplying. And then you just have regular unhappy people there, I guess. But if they die and they don't have offspring, then a different family might want to move in, and that one would have to pass a certain background check. Looks like that road has been built. Let's upgrade this one, and then this is pretty much done. Fire in this area shouldn't matter. We do need electricity though. Can't forget about the electricity. A substation with like a very small power wire cable should do. I guess we could also have the sawmill up here, so but they don't need that much. It doesn't need that much power, I don't think. 74 kilowatts, that's 0.07. And the smallest wire is 0.5, not 0.05, so we have plenty. Our indoor pool is on fire again. The fire station is very close, but do I have enough people? Yes, I do. Even one truck is enough. No problem. Alright. So this will somehow hook up to this road. something like that. And then I guess I don't really want to have workers up there. I don't think I want to have workers up there. I guess I don't mind having workers up there. But I don't want to have them up there right now. We don't have enough workers in general. Could get more migrants again. But also natural population growth is filling the buildings right now, so need to be a little bit careful. It doesn't do much, but it's still annoying if you run full. And you spend money on migrants that you could have filled with domestic workforce, I guess. Oh, our mechanical components looking. Yeah, that one is filling. That is a sufficient supply of mechanical components, I think. The warehouse will make that one a continuous production for most of the time until it runs full, and then I guess they just sit around in there. Let's queue up all factory connections, which I think was only that one. Oh, and also all of these, I guess. If they weren't already placed, I think they got placed automatically with the buildings. Yeah, not gonna start the warehouse quite yet. But the factory connection is fine because the road construction office can take care of that. Is loyalty still increasing? No. So we are holding loyalty right now, but not increasing it. I think the loyalty we have is quite good. Also, saturation of the personal TVs is not all throughout our population just yet. 2,500 with 800 TVs. So I guess it might count the working population, and 50% of that has a TV. Though 2 working people, man and woman, a family, or a man and a man, or a woman and a woman, or any type of family can have a TV. So if I have 50% TVs, does each individual person require a TV, or can they share a TV? This one hasn't been built yet, so workers to the sewage tank, otherwise these ones are gonna demand a lot of sewage trucks, which is unnecessary. The buses are still going here, even at low priority. Both of them. No. Unassigned. Go elsewhere. The construction office for buses should not be on auto search. So that's okay. Make sure that not too many people walk into this construction site. We'll need some tower cranes and very few resources, so that's gonna be nice. Money is holding right now, not doing too much construction work. The main building that we did do, the TV station, is done. And some people are back to the vehicle factory, so that's okay. Electricity. Do we have an electricity issue? Do we have rolling blackouts of some sort? Brownouts or blackouts or something. It looks like it is fine, but the potential usage is quite high, so I think we do need an electric substation in this area. Because the TV station probably has a very high circuit breaker capacity, 0.6 megawatts at the most. I can remove this connection because we do have the high voltage wire, I think. I will do jobs on the electricity network not during winter. I'm afraid of misclicking or something going wrong. It shouldn't, but you never know. We're already using more than that wire can carry anyway, so it should be fine. Alright, whatever. I should be fine. Cancel wire. Okay. So we have another. Oh, we do have to have a wire that goes up there, I guess. Medium voltage switch. Then a low voltage cable or medium voltage cable with very low capacity up the mountain. Go under the earth a little bit. Like that. Then we can use 1 megawatt of the other wire if we want to. Could use that for the TV station connection, I guess. So you're complaining about potential capacity usage 222%. I guess you can reach the factory. This one only says 56. How much is going through you? That is already very high. Alright, we are very close at capacity, but I think it's because that one is not draining too much from here. This one should have higher priority. Maybe it's not the delivery of electricities to the substation, but which substation they are drawing from first. So now we took like 50% load off of that one. Still need another substation eventually though. So these ones should have higher priority because they are in an area with less buildings, leaving more capacity for that one hopefully. If it works that way, I don't know. Other than that, we need to make another transformer here and get more electricity for our nation, because all of these buildings will also need electricity. I guess we could have a high voltage wire go here and get that transformer installed in this area. So yeah, why not? That way. We can run another high voltage wire to the switch. Highest capacity, I guess. Or should it be above ground wires? I don't like above ground wires. another 5 megawatt wire. Well, I guess 5. 5 should be enough. This is not going to be an industrial area over here, is it? And even if it is, I guess it could be a rail construction yard with all of steel being delivered. But you can also have that in the middle of the map somewhere. 12 megawatts. Maybe I'll make that above ground. We do have a mountainside where we can draw a wire along. And it'll make the display of where our wire is a little bit more obvious. So maybe I should have the switch over here. I don't think so. I want it to be close enough for a fire station to reach it in an emergency. But it does look kind of weird, doesn't it? So the high voltage switch will be in this area. Like that, I guess. And then we draw, yeah, 5 megawatt wire should be sufficient for this area, I think. Sometimes it does weird stuff like that when you hit control. Start all construction, I guess. There's a lot of asphalt roads that need to be cleared by snowplows. But I'm a little bit concerned about fire safety in this area. So the electricity over here is not... The electricity consumption shouldn't be that high, but it might be surrounded by residential buildings, so I'm gonna put it a full wire in here, I think. It's only a short one. And then we have a high voltage wire going that way, delivering us electricity. And hopefully that should be good enough. That will also be the source of electricity for the area where we saw the capacity issue. Roll that snow into the road. Thank you. Could assign a few workers there to speed it up, I guess, but money's better. That's a good construction speed. That's what I like to see. One more and the train will start. Loyalty went up by 1%, so there's, even with the low amount of workers we have, it's still good enough. We could speed this up quite quickly, but I don't see a need for that. 2 more rail lines. Yeah, that should work. And we do have the road far away enough where we can cross here theoretically, but it is right into the mountainside. So that's probably never gonna happen, and I don't see a need for it. No signals yet because the crossing, not the crossing, the... Is it a diamond switch? No, is it a diamond switch? I don't know. Oh shit, container liner. Really like that one. Very high capacity, very slow but very efficient. Okay. Still not quite full, but almost. 20 more people, 23 more workers, and then it's full. The mechanical components themselves are also almost full, so let's get the warehouse started. Yeah, they're working quite fast, and if we have a lot of prisoners, then having them sitting around doing nothing is also a little bit annoying. So I could, in theory, also do the lumber work with prisoners, I guess. I definitely don't need the full capacity of workers in this building. Like 15 people should be fine. Yeah, I wish I could shut buildings down based on... If a building is full with resources, like export resources, it doesn't need any workers anymore, so it could theoretically shut down. I guess that's maybe a little bit too too much micromanagement. And it wouldn't really happen, like, I would just export. If I run like at 80% mechanical components, I would just send some for export usually. But I don't want that. Not in this game. I guess technically we are exporting wastewater, but I don't count that one. So that's the only export of resource we do. A negative export, I guess. Almost done with the road. The resource storage inside our nation will really help. There's not going to be any road cargo station. Well, there's not going to be any... I guess we do have a road cargo station. I hope it works. I forgot that we implemented that one. I was worried about like loading capacities at every site, but we do have the road cargo station for that, so if it works, there shouldn't be any issues. If it doesn't work, then we'll have to redo that one, I guess. And place a board storage in there. How's pollution? There is pollution now, here. Rare construction office, a lot. Heating plant is also generating some, in addition to the mechanical components factory, so we're starting to accrue some pollution. Which could become a problem. But right now it isn't. So why worry? Yeah, fuel distribution office will be its own thing. A small distribution office with a few trucks. Distributing fuel throughout the nation. Building constructions will require a few resources, but since we don't have a lot of construction going on, like on the scale of a TV station, it's actually manageable, so not that bad. Alright, this is almost done, so ready to be signaled up. Outbound is mixed signal, inbound is chain signal. Into the intersection. And these ones are wrong, because these ones are going to be one-way signals. Right-hand drive. And we just need one more signal here, and this whole thing is signaled up. Right-hand drive is wrong. Oops. These need to be two bidirectional signals also. My bad. Because, well, this is 2 lanes, so that's how it's supposed to be. So these signals are checking if there's room on the large block, and if there isn't, we have to stay on one of the 2 waiting lanes. Only 1 train allowed on that large block until we get some passing lanes. But we don't have that much rail traffic yet. I'm waiting for the time where I scroll over the vehicle factory and I see parked vehicles with the train leaving. Like I see vehicles here and it wasn't able to pick them all up, which would indicate that we would need a larger train. Not happening quite yet, but soon. Probably soon. I think I'll set the construction office for workers on automatic. Because I don't want to look around and assign any construction tasks manually anymore. Yeah. Lumberyard with, I don't know, a storage for boards. That one will run full really quickly, so it either needs very few workers or it needs like a decent chunk of workers, but only occasionally. But if you have a large warehouse, then I think a very small amount of workers is going to be better, rather than trying to micromanage it. Still haven't pushed through the mountain. Going west is going slowly. We are still about 1 year away from the tunnel boring machine. Does it even show it approximately here if it's at the start or end of the year? Drain. Tunnel boring. I can't really judge that. It's too narrow of a graph to say if it's start or end of 1938. If I had a guess, I would say closer to the end. If this is 1968, not 38. If this is 1960, and this is 1965, 67, 68, and middle to end of 68, I would say. But it's hard to judge. I can't make that judgment call, but I guess I just did. Yeah. We will also spend a lot of money filling these resource storages initially. I have to make sure that I don't assign too high storage quantities at the beginning, especially for steel. Also waiting for workers on these ones. Looks like the power line is done on the high voltage wire. The road construction office will also have to construct an upgraded road to itself at some point. Start here, then we'll upgrade these two. And I don't know if we still need that road, but probably yes. Also waiting for workers on that one. Workers are going to be really busy. Could add another bus, but we're not in a hurry. We still don't have any unemployment. I'm not going to go through the amount of workplaces we have right now to make that calculation. But even if we get unemployment, we are still running this at a quarter capacity. And if this one is full, then we have so much money, I guess we don't have to worry about that anymore. I don't know why I can build vehicle factories even without advanced engineering. I think that's probably a mistake. I should report that. Okay, another housing block done. Low loyalty, below 50% is acceptable. And we'll start on another housing block right away. Except we will not allow the full amount of workers to go in there, as usual. probably shorten this towards only here and get rid of this road. Yeah. Alternatively, I can leave that whole dirt road as a side road in case there's a fire in our power network and the customs house is blocked full of vehicles, and then the firefighters can drive along here instead of the main road. Also waiting for workers. Also waiting. Where are the workers anyway? Where are you bringing them all? Factory connection. Which factory connection? Oh, these ones. I guess. Bringing them to the train office and building the factory connections. Sure. I guess. That works. I guess I disagree. So, no, it's fine. I mean, the road construction office should be able to do that, but they might not be long enough anyway. Yeah, they're not long enough. They will need personnel to finish, so it's okay. Mechanical component storage is almost full, but the warehouse construction is almost done as well. In fact, oh no, that's not enough workers. Well, that might be. Yeah, that's enough. We'll have to upgrade this road as well, I think, at least gravel. Speed things up a little bit. Plus probably merge the intersection and signal it properly. 2 and 5, 4 and 1 are off limits. There we go. Limit amount, only mechanical components really, and warn me if it's empty. There we go. No, it's not empty. There's plenty of mechanical components in there. Oh, thank you. Warning test was successful. It doesn't warn at absolute 0, because that sometimes doesn't happen, but it does warn early. It rounds. Still need the coal storage. A little bit concerning that we're like at 68 and we're delivering 12 tons of coal per load. So we are currently at capacity, mostly because the customs house is overworked. So I guess we are going to build these ones as well. And the coal deliveries will have to drive over here. This will be a larger storage for coal, and it'll remove the issue of the customs house playing such a large role. Plus it gives us an early warning system with still 80 tons left to resolve any issue if we get a warning that coal is low. And that's nice to have. Yeah, residential zone just for the TV station could work. Thinking of maybe dropping a bus stop here so I have like everything in range and then it can get distributed to this area. Especially this one, the museum. That is very popular. We'll see if we need it. It does not reach the TV station from this bus stop, mainly because, well, gravel road, gravel road. Maybe if we had like gravel footpaths it could work. No, it's gonna be too close. It's not gonna be enough, so yeah. If we want people to, from here, to also walk towards that bus stop, we will probably need another one. And tell them to explicitly go to that bus stop. They don't find any workplace. Don't really want to do that though. Probably have a inner city bus running from here to here, back and forth. Factory connections still. Which one? Stop delivering it to factory connections that don't actually have the resources. That is highly annoying. I guess maybe the the asphalt deliveries are not reaching over there. Oh, they should be. I don't know. Might be busy otherwise. Might be busy with the road construction I tasked them with here. Might be that the customs house is just still a little bit overloaded. Okay. We almost took out 1,000,000 rubles in loan, and our loan borrow capacity is only 2.5 left. It still went up, but we did borrow quite a bit of rubles. We're still fine. The emergency reserve, if we ever run into money trouble, would I guess be selling all of the mechanical components. Although I don't think that is going to happen. Is the train back to building? No, I paused that. Right. Doesn't need to happen. So this connection will be hooked up to the distribution office, the train distribution office, rail distribution office. And for that we will need flatbed rail cars, which we don't have yet. So what I do need is, I need a train that is only intended for hauling cargo. It's not warehouse. Train depot. So we'll get a diesel train. I still haven't built a fuel station, I guess. But I can theoretically... Nah. How much do I need? Probably 2 rail cars. Cargo wagons. Yeah, they can carry a lot. We'll get 2 for now. Pick them up here, bring them over here, and start. That should bring the rail cars to the rail distribution office, where we already have a train. And I think this train will just stay in the depot. It will hopefully refuel, and then we can use it for a bunch of deliveries, where it will probably get refueled every now and then. It did not pick anything up. So you can't send it directly to the rail distribution office, it looks like. Or did I make a mistake? They should be in here, right? Yeah, open wagons. So go back to here. Customs house, please. Turn around. Load trains. And then go to the depot. And before you go to the depot, I just tell you to go to here. Okay, that works. And now you just go in here. Gotta loop around, but we took care of that. The train can do that. Very fast. Maybe there's gonna be speed limits for such sharp corners at some point. Alright, and then you haven't refueled yet. You still have a lot of fuel. We're gonna move you to the depot then. Half fuel. What about you go here and then you go here? Don't want to do that. What about go to the depot? I guess you might not like going to the end station and then the depot. Yeah, that's probably it. Alright. Go to the end station. Do your refueling thing. And then we'll send you to the depot. Oh, I guess that will not work unless I tell you to ignore the red signal. Yeah, there's only one train allowed in there ever, because we didn't really intend there to be more than one. Ignore the red signal. Go here. I guess the train is stuck in there now until this train has moved. Shouldn't take too long. Vehicle production is actually quite fast. But we are waiting for 4 vehicles, so it'll take a little bit. All of the factory connections are actually done now. So they did get something done. I'll probably put an unimaginative naming marker onto that area. And call it resource storage. Just with our vehicle factory. The residential area still doesn't have a proper name yet. Alright. No tower crane here, just people breaking their backs building a conveyor belt. Alright, 2 more vehicles. One to load it and one to tell it to actually drive. I guess I can just tell it to drive manually. That is fine. Didn't even wait for the last car. And once this train passes the signal, the other train should drive. Hopefully. And there it goes. It's interesting to me that you can have 2 trains on the same block. It is so strange to me. I guess it's checking this signal, so it says it's fine. It doesn't compute with me. More buses, please. More buses. Conveyor's done. Conveyor tower. Not a lot of work left. Also, these things require mechanical components, which we do have. So that's nice. I think that was a Mars bus of some sort. Mass 309. We want the 305. We don't want the 302. We don't want the 309. We want the 305 bus. This only drives 75 kilometers an hour. It can carry 85. But the 305 is even better than that. I think it was 105 kilometers an hour. With the same capacity, maybe 80. Quite good. So, customs house wise, we're not restricting the loading of resources in any way. We're only managing the resources by the storage buildings. Usually I did storage building and delivery process, but that is like double and not necessary. The storage for coal is ready. The engine transfer isn't yet, but it only needs a delivery of some workers and then it's done. Well, a tower crane would be nice, but can't have everything. It's May, so coal consumption is pretty low. We are probably going to move over the coal deliveries already. So instead of the heating plant, you're gonna bring coal to here. Waiting until it's unloaded. And the coal inside the heating plant should last until the engine transfer is done. And we will set up the warning, which will pop up very soon because there's no coal in there yet. Let's increase the priority of the engine transfer just to make sure that some workers go there rather soon. And maybe they'll bring a road crane there, a tower crane there or two. Well, there's only room for one. Yeah, coal should last. And even if it doesn't, it's not too cold. Workers and tower cranes. That's all you need. The truck delivering coal is gonna have quite a bit of work to do to fill that storage up. And we might get the occasional warnings every now and then. But that's okay. Other than that, our rail station is done. But the storages aren't. Not quite. We're gonna start with like steel, I think. And then maybe we can switch one of them to see if the taking the resources from the road depot does actually work. If it does, very good. If it doesn't, well, we can tear down the road depot, or leave it if we want to, if we think we will ever need like large quantities of resources transported. No, it doesn't. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. And we can't even deliver resources into there. Mechanical components, we have those. Maybe I should use line spacing there, bunched up a bit. Yeah. Conveyor belt will keep this building filled, so we can use all of the capacity of both buildings. And if we do actually now need 2 trucks delivering coal, then we'll get notified about that soon. Where are the workers going now? Here? Probably here. Probably not. Probably. I don't know. Maybe up here actually. Looks like the unloading station is already done. Can finish the footpath now. Pause the games. Finish that. I can't remove the snapping points in these footpaths. That's unfortunate. I can't make this all one construction. I guess so be it. Population growth seems kind of slow. What's happening? Wait a few months. Birth rate is getting close to death and escape rate. So we have 240 here versus 400. It's 160 in excess. Last year that was more than 50%. But we did have migrants to make that happen. And we did have a bunch of prisoners escape. I think with the boost in loyalty it should be okay. We went up another %. Still slowly going up. How are our moderators looking? 60, 50, yeah, let's crank that up to 50. I feel confident. Kick out all the other ones. 50 or higher. Okay. Tower crane, steel, mechanical components. Shouldn't take very long, but then we can test the whole network and see if the road connection actually works. The road cargo station. Because if it does, then they will be able to take steel from here through the train station into here and deliver it to the other construction sites. If this doesn't work, then they have to pick it up from the train station itself, which would be unfortunate. But it is likely that that could happen. I don't remember trying it that way, so we'll have to see. This will use up a lot of money if I start it. Like 2 train loads full of steel. 130 times 500 was the steel price, I think. 530 now. Steel price is continuously going up since we're building. All resources are present. Road crane, 2 buses, done. Hopefully. There's our road construction. Upgrade these 2. Buses are coming in. I see the tower crane being delivered, which means 1 bus at least is on the way, and that should be enough people to finish it. I think. Oh, there's a 2nd bus even. Oh, it's going somewhere else. I think this is going to be enough. The loyalty seemed high enough, and we're already close. So yeah. Limit the amount to just steel. If you're wondering how I get, like, usually if you set it to nothing and you click it, it shows equal amounts for everything. It does say in the tooltip, but if you hold left control, everything is zeroed, and then you just put in what you need. So we're just gonna deliver steel, up to 330 tons. So if I set this to deliver here, whatever it can deliver, which right now will be steel. Why are you... No, wait, what? Why are you trying to deliver grain here? I don't get it. I guess we're gonna be a little bit more careful with the resource deliveries. steel, prefab panels, bricks only. Go back to the depot, I guess. And back to the distribution office, but you're running grain to that location is not what I wanted. Man, those trains are autonomous. It should not allow this train through here. But it looks like you can use very few signals. Not sure I like that. Anyway, you should take only the flatbed cars, and do a delivery of steel to that area. And in the meantime, we will assign the construction officers to only take steel from that area. Even our general construction office. And I think that's the only one. So, assignment office, we have road construction, doesn't require steel. Hull trucks, yes. Mixers, no. General construction, yes. That should be all of them. So they should not go to the customs house and pick up steel except for those that are already on their way. Any of the other 3 resources is still fine. What did I assign? General construction, steel, not the open storage. Okay, it does not work that way. Okay, so we could go here, but we can't go through this into here, so it doesn't work. Pick it up from... I guess we're gonna go directly to the storage rather than the train yard. And our hull trucks, I guess. Open hull storage, yeah. So this doesn't work. At least it looks like it doesn't. Might be wrong, but it looked like it would not work. So what we can do is we can put another open storage here. Which fits perfectly and easily, thanks to careful planning. And it doesn't look very terrible, does it? Of course, that one is also carefully planned, so we can line it up right in between here. As intended. Alright, so there should be a delivery of steel coming in via train now. And we probably need to make sure that we don't set this too high, otherwise we're gonna run full on... Yeah, 30% is okay. Need to make sure that it's not too high. And then trucks are basically gonna come here and pick up the resources from here. Let's reduce the strain on the customs house. And we're gonna do that for bricks and prefab panels, and now it looks like also boards. So we're not gonna make even boards ourselves. At least not yet. We can still make boards and then deliver them to here, and if we have more than 30%, the train's not gonna bring any new ones. That's gonna be fine. The other thing, I guess, which is probably problematic, is that once these get constructed and I'm not fast enough, it's gonna drop steel into them. So we're gonna cancel unloading right now, in general. Trucks are already here picking stuff up, as they should. Bringing it to a flat building. So do you have electricity? Yes, you do. Just need to wait for the sewage pipe to be done, and which it already is, and the, well, the drain, the discharge. And then we don't have to sell sewage anymore either. The other storage I could use is a gravel storage, which would be its own train station, because gravel unloads in a different train station. So we have this connection here for a large gravel storage, maybe even a coal storage. Okay, we're slowly loading the aggregate storage for the heating plant, which is good. But the storage itself will work. We just need to make sure that we set all of the storages to the correct resources. And then we can enable the train again. And we do have enough steel in there right now to last until that is possible, I guess. Still no increase in people living in this building. I mean, we hired 100 migrants, and then 5 to 10 people were already in there. Worrying. No, it's not worrying. I mean, the population in general is still going up. I guess I must have still had capacity in the residential blocks over there. The one in the rear left had like 20 spaces left, I think. Speaking of capacity, let's take a look at our amenity buildings. Let's reduce the teachers a little bit. Kindergarten is okay. Second kindergarten is fine. Third kindergarten is now actually up and running and being used as well. Police station, courthouse are fine. Probably overstaffed, but micromanaging them is a little bit iffy. Hospital is fine, overstaffed. The pub is fine. Not a lot of people drinking. So everything looks okay. Okay, only a roller left here, and then connection to the next storage will be done. This one is steel, this one will probably be prefab panels, then we will have bricks and boards on these ones, just to reduce travel distances to the most common construction materials, I would say. The other thing we could have done is like train station into storage into road cargo station. But you can't really do that with this road in the middle, so you would need to have the road on the other side, and then you can't connect these two. I guess you could use a bridge or something over the factory connection. But that seems like a lot of overkill. Just one road cargo station per resource storage, but even the resource storages are fast enough. The road cargo station isn't really necessary in this case. Okay. Still bringing workers here, still no tarmac, so no asphalt. Still, oh, they did bring down tarmac. Cool. I don't think we have enough workers to finish that though. Maybe we do. I don't know. I don't think so. I guess I'm wrong. I still have to do rolling and the other thing. Okay, another residential block up. Loyalty settings are set correctly for it. Have to be careful on money. The resource imports for the new storages will take, I would say, about another 50,000 for bricks, boards and prefab panels. They are not that expensive, not as expensive as steel. Maybe even half, maybe 25,000. But it's still going to be an expense that we have to be careful about. But other than that, I don't think we're running any other constructions right now. Except of course this area up here. But I already count that as like pretty much being done because this building, it should be fine. I hope it's in range of the construction offices. If not, then I can just quickly assign them to it and I'll still take care of it. Looks like all of the storages are now, or almost now, connected to the road network, so construction offices can send out their trucks bringing the building materials, which are going to be, after groundwork, just steel and mechanical components, both of which are on site, so they shouldn't incur any import costs. Gravel and asphalt and concrete. But once those last 3 storages are done, the customs house will have a lot less imports that it needs to take care of. Yes, concrete is still a thing. Lots and lots of concrete trucks could be parked here. But if it's only concrete trucks, they will go through it. Concrete, gravel, coal, asphalt. That stuff is still coming from the customs house. I don't think it makes sense to build like a construction industry in this area just to take care of all of the resources. But I could have, and I could easily build a train delivering gravel, and I guess I need coal for, was it coal for concrete? I need gravel for gravel and cement for concrete, and the cement plant itself needs coal and gravel. In this case I would just import gravel, import cement, and make the concrete on site by some workers. And the same for asphalt really, which only needs gravel and some bitumen, which would be a little bit more annoying to import. So using the customs house for these resources still seems acceptable, especially since the road construction office is right next to it. And it doesn't have to drive very far to load the resources. The sewage discharge is in range of all of the construction offices, so they will take care of the construction of that. And it does not require a lot of resources, so it's going to go quickly, hopefully. Groundwork started on 1, getting ready on the other 2. Workers are still being delivered to the construction sites, which I guess is fine. I'm going to save up a little bit of money just as a buffer. 200,000-ish. Since importing steel and some other resources could eat up like 100k, so it could be problematic. Kinda want to refuel the train. I guess I did refuel it, didn't I? Yeah. I would need another signal here to allow it to drive past this. Train goes here. Well, train goes here, through here, and over here. So this is theoretically a one-way one, and also this way. This is the signal where the train would come out of. This is where it would go into. But if I want to use this for refueling, it would need to allow train traffic in both directions, which right now, signaling wise, I guess it's fine. I can just tell it to ignore the signal once, and then it waits inside the railway end station until the other train leaves. I do not want the train to, like, the vehicle train coming back from here, being unloaded, sitting in front of the signal, and then the other train also goes here, together against the chain signal. That one would not be ideal. So in theory this one would need to be a mixed chain signal, Why is it not a chain signal in that direction? I don't know. I guess I don't have chain signals going into the block. Oh yeah, the chain signals, right. If I use the chain signal, it would actually limit the travel of the train, but regular signals seem like they don't do that, which is curious. All resources delivered for that one. This one is waiting for groundworks, and this one is currently building groundworks. That was a block of water. That one looked funny. Severe health complications, highly infectious, long duration. Well, our hospital was overstaffed, so we should still be fine. There's a bunch of sick people here. I don't know if the capacity of ambulances is going to be enough. Presumably most people can walk and get a checkup. If we get a warning about like ambulances not arriving, we will increase the ambulance budget by double, like getting 3 more ambulances. We can't really get another helicopter because we didn't plan for that. But we have at least one. And helicopters are cool. Okay, this is going to be the brick storage. So, limit amount, only bricks. You don't need to warn me if empty. It's not an urgent resource, so it's fine. How are our mechanical components looking? Pretty good. Still got 17 tons. Need about 5 or 6 to finish the storages, and then do we need one for the discharge? Half a ton, sure. Thank you for the workers. Now let's get some resources in too late and then wait for the tower crane and so on and so on. I guess we're gonna bring the steel somewhere else first. There was a second truck after it, so it should be fine. The road is also still ready to be constructed, however it was draining all of our workforce, so it will have to wait until all of the other construction projects are done. We are halfway to 1.5 way. Well, half a year to 1.5 year towards getting our tunnel boring machine. Unfortunately, that one only works for rail, so we will have to cross the mountain some way, and I decided on a tunnel. Looks like we're bringing workers to the tunnel again. I don't think population is increasing anymore. Birth rate is very close to death and escape rate. I don't know why people are escaping. Overall it's still fine, but last month looks okay. I guess it's just slowing down a lot. Maybe. Or maybe the pollution is finally taking its toll on people. Actually, it's not. Pollution went down because we're not building as much stuff anymore. At least not in this area. Most people were going to a different location. Alright, bricks here. This one is for boards. Don't really need a lot of those, but they do need to be available for scaffolding. And last but not least, prefab panels, which are used for a lot of residential buildings and other things, like laying down rail. I see the shadow of a helicopter moving around and I hear it, but I couldn't quite see it. The shadow was over here, which was... I wasn't quite sure where the sun was, but now that the shadow is coming in from the mountain, I guess it is a bit more obvious. Good amount of workers in the mechanical components factory. Last storage should be almost done, shouldn't it? Tower crane. Bus. They will complete that one no problem, and then we can send out the train and hopefully have enough money left to not run bankrupt. And we will have to reassign all of the construction offices. So bricks, boards, prefab panels, and I will rename them so it's easier to see if they are actually correctly assigned. Alright. Now, if we take a look at our general construction office, we have steel, bricks, prefab panels and boards, all correctly assigned. We don't have any resources in there yet, but that will happen soon. Road construction doesn't need anything like that, so we will unassign the other ones. I guess road construction could use some of these resources, like bricks, for like bridge building. I guess I will just assign everything to the correct locations. Gravel, asphalt and concrete are the other ones which are correctly assigned. Hull trucks, those ones are the right ones. Mechanical components should come from the mechanical components factory, or in this case the warehouse for it. And then the other ones are boards, prefabs, bricks and steel. All correctly assigned. General construction, we need to switch from the mechanical components factory to the warehouse as well. And the mixers are just the mixers, they are just concrete. No more workers. I think it's time to send out the train. And boards, I guess. Can deliver all of these now. Slowly bringing all 4 resource types into the storage there. We did have a vehicle export, so we're at 150k. Shouldn't be any problem. Prefabs should be really cheap. 120 tons should be not that much. That's like very cheap. And making it so the trucks don't have to go to the customs house to pick those up will be useful. Maybe more train cars can help for the future. Or more trains in general. Move the other train into here, get 2 more train cars. It does load rather slowly. What are you transporting steel from? Oh, the vehicle distribution office. To the vehicle factory. I think that's still okay. Yeah, I think importing for construction, building projects, like production projects, is fine. But construction has such a large drain on resources is that I wanted to move away from the customs house. So you can still drain resources from the customs house into your vehicle production line. So yeah, 5,000 rubles for 120 tons of prefab panels. That one I would say is acceptable. Am I gonna buy more train cars? Cargo cars for 18k each, twice, and then move the train in the distribution office. I don't really need it. It's just gonna slow down the delivery at the start a bit if I only have 1 train, but should still be fine. Prefab, steel, bricks and boards, that's all we need. And tunnel construction with workers is progressing as intended now. It's gonna take a while, a long while. Could use another bus if I wanted that one to speed up, but right now the money is more important. I don't think we're doing any rail construction right now, so let's actually turn that one off. Ah, still didn't go up. Strange. There's people without their own flat now, so they can't move in here because they probably have higher loyalty. So they want to move out somewhere. We have 101 people. So I guess we don't really have any low loyalty people right now. And I was just losing them to emigration. I guess we'll set that one up eventually. Didn't notice that one, but I guess it makes sense. So that one was the reason why our population didn't grow. I messed up a little bit. Bricks and boards. Hopefully doing bricks next. Boards are... I guess boards are used everywhere for scaffolding. But bricks feel more important. I could also have this loop go here, but I built it too tight for that. So any train could loop here, or it could loop, or this one could loop back in here. It's fine. This loop is fine. This loop is only for this one to loop into the customs house, which could have been done here. It's fine. I'm not annoyed by wasting a few extra resources. Honest. Okay, I think that should increase our population growth again once everyone has moved into their own flat. Look at that. This building just filled up. Nice. Well, hopefully we can get over 3,000 inhabitants in our republic now, without too much worry. Let's actually take a look and ride with the train. Maybe regular speed. Maybe I have to build some groundwork underneath the train line, because sometimes there's grass clipping through it, which I don't really see from above here. But from the first... oh, there it is. I don't know why that happened. There's a patch of grass here. More loyalty in our engineers is also going to increase our work speed in the production line. So we're close to 100%, if not even above it, on most of these workers, which is nice. Loyalty might still be going up, 45%. All of the actors are above 50. Otherwise they wouldn't have been let into the building anyway. Heating plant stopped production because it's too warm. And yeah, the tunnel construction is just going. No workplace, a few people. So this bus stop has access to any residential building in this area. So they should all find a workplace if the bus stop has enough room to let the people on it. I could help this and speed it up by just having a bus that goes from the bus stop into the factory. Do I want that? It would increase capacity. I don't know. I could also just increase the capacity of this one. Yeah, I guess it is already set to 100, but they only load as many workers as they expect to require, it looks like. So only loaded 25 workers, even though there were way more than that on the line. Maybe they have some automatic estimations now for the buses to make sure that most workers actually go to locations where they are required without having to pre-plan that stuff. I kind of want to build all of these residential buildings now. Make sure that we don't take a full complement of workers in all of them. Otherwise there's not going to be a lot of workers left for anything else. Only one tower crane per building, which is fine. But now that we have all of the resources available in this area, our construction offices should be able to procure everything without having to go for the customs house. Except of course for mechanical and electronic components. Mechanical ones they can pick up here, and electronics ones they still have to go to the customs house. Resource imports for the vehicle factory? Yes. The concrete mixers are still having to go here. So that's still a thing. How's our steel consumption in here? It's okay. We are delivering 80%. 10% is 30, so 300 minus 60, we want 240 here, so consumption is not that high. It's not being drained yet. I want more construction office buses, speeding up the building of the tunnel. Yes, I do. I want one more bus. Or two. Probably two. Get two more buses. Money looks fine, but we need to get that tunnel done now. Because we still have quite a way to go. And this one needs a gas station and a wind turbine to work. And a helipad for the fire station. I don't know why we had so many trucks carrying concrete going out right now. Didn't look like the bricks required a lot. I guess 2 deliveries, so 6 concrete mixers makes sense. I should probably put a statue in here as well. We haven't built a statue of Lenin yet, I think. At least I don't remember building one. That one has quite good range, 90 meters. I think if we can get that built in here, it's probably going to cover everything. Let's see. Measurement tool here. Oh, that's actually tighter than I... Okay, that's not enough. That works. That is too... That could work. That's too... I think that's too far away. Maybe 90 meters is not enough. $150 meters would probably work. Right next to the kindergarten, because why not? $150. That should work. Should all be in range. The building up here is close, but I think it will work. We'll see. Paying the loan back early doesn't really change anything. Except for you will not forget about it, I guess. Interest rate is still at 4.2%. If some of these loans get paid back, I guess it would reduce the interest rate for future loans. But the old loans still run at the old interest rate, so it's okay. I want to upgrade this stuff to tarmac. This will prevent people from walking into the bus stop for now. which we can work around by putting a dirt footpath here temporarily. And that means we can also upgrade this one. Then we'll upgrade this side, then we'll upgrade this road. And then we can make this whole area one-way paths, how I originally intended it to be. I don't know if I can make a bypass road for this side though. Looks like I can. Perfect. This road. I guess we can upgrade as well. If we can get a dirt road down. If not, then no. Guess it will just be the bus stop itself. That's going to take so long. Yeah, I wish the... I don't want to micro the buses right now. Sure, just bring workers here. That's fine. Okay. Looks like they will finish that one with one delivery of workers, I think. Completely, I mean. Meaning we can now upgrade the other side. That will probably disrupt the workers here. Yeah, no, they can't all walk over here anymore. But road construction goes pretty quick, so we might get a little bit of unemployment now. Should still be okay. This dirt footpath can be removed again. Not gonna make a dirt footpath for this. I could make the footpath connection go here though. This was originally intended to be a route into the vehicle factory, and we don't really have that plan anymore. Maybe later. Let's also remove the snapping point and upgrade this road segment. Seems fine. Reduce the amount of workers on this side that can directly walk into the construction site. I might keep that bypass road. That looks kind of neat. They're not going to use it, but I still like the aesthetic of it. I mean, they're not going to use it once the tarmac road has been finished. Yeah, unemployment is high. People can't get to the vehicle construction area because I'm upgrading roads right now. Unemployment will be dealt with momentarily. Just give it a second. Once this road is up, it should be fine again. Then we'll wait until this one is finished so we can upgrade the last segment, because they can walk either this way or then later on walk past this way. I guess the heating plant not receiving any workers is a thing. The prisoners will have to deal with that right now. So thank you for that. Totally planned. No problem. We should see an increase in workers walking along this tarmac road again very shortly. And then we have to probably redo the footpath. Here they come. Let's wait for this one to finish and then we'll upgrade this segment. Either this one or this one. Any of these two. Okay. Looks like we can upgrade the last segment here. I'll have to drive around here to get in, but the footpath is still open for people to walk past here, I think. Good. To get over in this. It looks like only one building has range that way. Weird. Well, if that's the case, might as well just try and redo these footpaths. Remove the snapping points. Set it up like that. It's a little bit further away from the intersection. Hopefully that'll work. How's the sewage thing? Discharge is done, which means our distribution, our technical service. Sewage unloading can now be done up here instead, and it should all work. We have electricity. We don't need electricity for the discharge itself. And it should just work. So while being an investment, we now don't have to pay money at the customs house anymore to get rid of sewage. Looks like our distribution office has to continuously import bricks for the flat construction, which is fine. Some excavators being delivered to construction sites now. And that should take care of the footpath. So we're not going to make a direct footpath into the vehicle construction line. All of the buildings down here can use a direct footpath route into the building, so they can do that. But the upper area has to go to the bus stop if they don't have anything to do, and then see if we don't need them for anything else. I could also have made this an overpass, I guess. Over here. Back around. Nah, it's fine. It's not that much traffic. So it's very cold. Some workers would be nice, thank you. Alright, finishing this road. 10 more work days, no problem. And then the original intention was to have it be one way, the way the buses are already driving. This way. Come in here, go back out. So a left-hand turn into a right-hand turn, the vehicles not crossing paths with each other. I am tempted to try and upgrade more road down here, but I can't. Oh, I can. I can get actually out here. Sorta. Kinda. So it wants to connect to here. That means about here. That means we need to get a corner about here. There's nothing underground that is in the way, it's just there's a very specific area where the road allows us to go. I mean, we're turning this into a 5-way junction temporarily to get this to be upgraded. There's also a risk of something burning down right now, because the fire trucks will have to drive through the dirt to get anywhere. I'll probably upgrade the full path to the vehicle construction line. Speaking of, no one can actually go to the vehicle construction line right now. No, they can. And now they have access for residential buildings directly again. Interesting. That is not ideal because everyone from those residential buildings will go to that factory now before they go to the bus stop. But since there's still 4 buildings that can go to the bus stop, we shouldn't run into any issues at all. So yeah, we can upgrade this road and this road, and it shouldn't interfere with anything right now. More residential blocks. Okay. 30,000 work days. I wonder if we have enough money for the tunnel boring machine. I don't think so. Does it... It did show the cost in this. Tunnel boring, 108k. Well, I guess we do have the money for it. I would have assumed it would be more expensive. Let's upgrade that road. No wardens in here anymore, because we're draining everything with the construction office buses. That will become less of a problem, I assume, if they have to start bringing the workers back to the tunnel, because it's going to be a longer distance, so they can't just go there, pick people up, go back there, etc. Well, 46 escapes again. Everyone left. Too many construction office buses, I guess. They can get workers from this residential building, but only one of them. It's okay. I think it's okay. Even the fire station isn't full yet. So many passengers. What's going on? Praying. Unsatisfied demand praying everywhere. Shopping center is getting kind of full. Add another 5 people. So we have 10 left in capacity. Cinema is also looking a little bit full. Double that. Well, I guess 50% more. School is fine. Police station and courthouse are also fine. University is doing well. No problems anywhere. Prison has priority before the vehicle production line or the rail construction office. So if buses come back with workers from this area, so the heating plant doesn't accept anymore, they would go into the fire station and then the prison. But we don't have a lot of workers in the bus stop right now, so it's not happening. The worker buses are draining everything still. I have to get rid of this footpath. I think this is creating issues. Where's the truck? Why can't... Oh, wait. Oh, I see. Whoops. My bad. There we go. Snapping point removed. I think we can increase the amount of resources stored in that area to like 60% now. Should I do every storage? Food is kinda low. Let's do 60. I think the train is probably very busy with other tasks right now. Or it's not doing anything. How much fuel do we have in here? We have enough fuel. And the train is not doing anything. Buildings without power supply. That one hasn't been an issue until now. Are you now saying that I can't use you anymore without electricity? Oh, I know what the issue is, I think. Is it? No, I didn't limit it to food only. Wagon size. Let's say 1. Why is the train not moving? Why is it not picking up food? Unload whatever's in the warehouse. I guess I'm gonna say food, clothing, electronics. Load customs house. It's concerning. It's getting concerning. What's your situation? You have fuel? I don't know. Okay. This is getting all too close to an issue because I didn't even get a warning about low food. I guess there's still 4.8 tons in here. But this is getting awfully dicey. Let's get 2 boxcars. I think I had the right boxcars because I already made deliveries. So why is there crops in there? Oh, are you still? Oh man. It's still on the whole I've assigned myself on crops kind of thing, is it? Yeah, it's still limited to crops in these. Alright. Let's do that real quick. And clear the rail cars from its assignment, because apparently they're still set to not transport anything but crops. I don't know why they did that. I tried to stop it, but apparently in the same process I bugged it out a little bit. Alright, let's assign the train depot again. I guess we don't need... Let's unassign you. Unload. Go. Go to the depot. Did you fix that? Looks like that one fixed it. I will assign you to here for now. Just do some deliveries, I guess. Thank you. Good. Food deliveries. Sounds nice. We do have 2 boxcars now sitting here that I bought in a panic, but we can get those at some point later. We now have 2 trains doing distribution tasks, I guess. No food warning still. Because the last bits of food haven't been taken out yet. Is sewage being handled fine? Looks like it. Nothing is filling up. It's all going downhill. Food. And boards. Maybe I should pick up the other box cars and just carry them to the train depot just to have them. Now that we did a food delivery, I think that makes sense. I'll just get another diesel locomotive, I think. Kilometers an hour sounds good. Trains cannot pass. What? Oh, why did you? You shouldn't be on the network. You should not be on the network at all. I don't know how these trains can get on the network if it's one block. I guess I have to resort back to the whole mixed signals because they should not go on here if there's already a train on the network. But it should just be a regular signal because this purple thing is all one train block and it should check if there's a train on here, and apparently it doesn't do that. Ah, that's frustrating. And now they don't want to go past the switches. And now they're just stuck here. Go to the depot. Damn you. Yep. I do not like that. I do not understand why they would allow another train on the block. Maybe it's too long. Maybe the game doesn't handle that. Or I have made a mistake. Okay. Why is this signal red now? There's no train on this rail block. Why is it red? I don't understand. Maybe because, no, this is a normal signal. Even if it was going through the building, this is still a signal here. Oh, it's green. Okay. Yeah, it should not allow that. I don't think that feels right. I guess I'll probably make a passing track or something here. Just so trains definitely have to wait until this area is clear. Like over here. And then maybe implement a fuel station for that one as well. Well, it looks like it doesn't work that well having two trains here. So... oh no, now it's waiting. Oh no, it's here. Okay, so it's waiting. This train goes past, that is fine. Yeah, then the food train can go. That's fine. Still waiting. Now it's going. For some reason it already knows it is allowed to go, but it shouldn't. It should not do that. We'll make this a... oh, I know the reason. There's still a signal here. Oops. That one was for construction purposes. That one is not correct anymore. That should be correct, I think. Well, if more than 2 construction trains go this way, there would be a problem. So in theory, that one would be correct. Alright, maybe that one signal was the reason. Now it's all one large block again. Food has been delivered. So we're not gonna have any crisis right now. There's a train. That's good. That's where you should wait. Electronics, I guess. Wardens are back in business. Lots of workers in the vehicle factory. I was thinking of getting another train. We do have another one that is faster. Less engine power, but faster. Also a little bit longer, but we're definitely going to go for that one. And we'll tell it to carry the box cars out of there. No power? What are you talking about? Oh, we're out of money. How expensive was that train? 70,000. That shouldn't have been... I don't know why we were that close, but sure. We'll take a loan for power. Power sounds useful. Let's increase the staff in the indoor swimming pool to 10. There's a lot of people wanting to swim, I guess. Let's not deny them that. No, not again. So you deliver food... You dumbasses. I'm so annoyed. You deliver food and then you immediately go out of there. So I guess we have to put a... We do have put signals there. Make this a block of sorts. I thought I could make that happen with... Alright, you can't deliver steel. Not right now. And back to the train distribution office. So hopefully then the train can park in here and wait until it can go back out onto the single line. Yeah, it's unfortunate that this does not block the railway until it's unloaded and returned, because I kinda intended it to have priority like that. But it seems like it doesn't work like that. Okay, still have steel. Loading more steel. I guess you did... Oh yeah, I guess we did import 140 tons of steel at once, or try to, which is quite expensive. Did the other train arrive in the meantime? No. Is it still here? Yes. Still waiting to actually drive out of here? Wait, is it an electric one? No, it's fuel. I was sure to only be on diesel locomotives, but now it works, okay. Collision. Couldn't use any of the other lines, I guess. These two are waiting for something. Okay, I guess my rail network is confusing itself now. So, these ones shouldn't really be a signal. If a train comes in here and it turns around, it should just do that without a signal, right? So I don't want to have these signals actually. But the trains did not want to go when I had them. So I guess we'll see if they do it now. Loading clothing. I don't know. Guess we'll see. Those signals were not really intended. Okay, clearing that. Now you can go. You're supposed to go here, pick up vehicles and bring them to the train depot. And then stay there. Go here, load. Go here, do nothing, start. Oops, where am I now? There. Yep, wait until all is clear. Trains are still moving, which is good. We do have a separate offloading area here now. So you have to wait until the other train now passes. So I guess you can't use... I guess a building counts as not being on the track anymore for the purposes of signals, but the train then also doesn't wait to leave the building until the train tracks are clear again. But now we have it signaled, so it should be fine. Which means that I will probably signal this one as well. No, that one I won't. There could be collisions here. We have 3 lines here, but we only have 1 line here. I don't want trains to oppose each other on that side. A train should not drive out of the train yard when another train is approaching. Alright, so far it looks okay. I'm not gonna refuel that train. So... Oh, that is a lot of money. 180 tons of steel. Oh yeah, I did set it to 60% now, so we're spending a bunch of money. That makes sense. I did that. 2 more boxcars. I will leave them inside the train depot for now. I'm gonna add them to the distribution office because we don't have any need for that. Leaving into this area should require a chain signal, otherwise they drive into here with the other side potentially not being clear. So even these ones should be chain signals into here. So they go and check, is my destination clear? At least that's like my idea how it should be. And this block is just... Is there any room? Is there any room? This could lead to opposing trains, I guess. This one doesn't matter. Could be a double chain double chain signal, I guess. But it's not necessary. So you should be a mixed one, and you should be a mixed one. So you will check until a complete path to the to the distribution office is clear, meaning that this signal shows green, and the block in between is also clear. And so as soon as the train entered the distribution office, that was true. This block was clear and the whole block was clear. And now you're waiting until a path to your area is clear, which is the customs house. So this block, which is currently occupied, and one of these 3 which all three are clear. Okay, so I guess I made a mistake in one of the earlier episodes with the signals, but maybe it's working better now? One can hope. Is it fine here? These ones should probably not be signaled. Yeah. Trains come. Yeah, this is double lane anyway, so this is all one rail block. That's okay. Looks like all of the residential buildings got done. People are already moving into some of them instead of filling the existing ones, which is okay. The bus stop is full of workers again. No unemployment right now. Still. University education is at 73%. And loyalty is at 48%. Meaning that we can increase this one to 55. Maybe even 60 at some point. Not right now though. It is 1968. We are waiting for the tunnel boring machine to become available. Power transformer on fire. That one causes a power outage for quite a while. Thankfully most of the way has been plowed. So the fire trucks should not have an issue reaching that in time. Please. That is so close. I should also make this like a road like this and then signal it with one-way roads. Does it actually make sense? Vehicles come from here. They might want to turn around. It's not really a turnaround corner. If they don't want to turn that way, these ones might want to drive across here. These ones might want to turn around. Yeah, it should be okay. Make all of the rest of this a one-way road and see if it leads to any issues. That's what winters are for. Okay, those prison buses are so close to each other. Okay, they're spreading out again. Please stay spread out a little bit. I don't want to line space you because you're going to slow down tremendously. But since I can't use a bus end station, that would be the only option. The production percentage is quite high. We're above a quarter now, nearing a half. So we are slowly filling this building up with workers. Which is exactly what we want. We're reaching the 50% engineer mark. Need more normal workers. How's the steel storage doing? Fine, no problem. Workers without resources doesn't work. Quite literally. Yeah. Seems like now they're using the loops correctly and not blocking anything. I must have used some regular signals where I shouldn't have, and then tried to compensate it with signals on the loops. And then I got confused why they were blinking, but with chain signals into the train line it seems to work fine. And then we can use a passing track to speed up deliveries a little bit. Yeah, not refueled. Alright. Pretty happy. Seems to all work very well. No tunnel boring machine yet, but I'm sure we're gonna get one next time. And I think that's gonna be it for today. We didn't go west much. We still went against the mountain and, well, started construction of these tunnels. We're dropping the numbers by quite a bit, and that's also where quite a lot of our workforce is going. So the vehicle factory could have more workers, but we need to wait until the tunnel construction is done. And the rail construction, when the boring machine becomes available, will go much more quickly. And it doesn't require any workforce, I think? I don't quite remember. But yeah, that's going to be it for me for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And maybe I'll see you next time.